Hey, good morning. Welcome to What Up Sunday Morning, Phyllis and Lee. Phyllis, today we're not going to have a Bible verse. We just want to talk about how good God has been to us in the Bible and some of the things that go on inside this world. I know growing up that with my grandparents, we used to have like a little, I think every Wednesday night we would just talk about God and have like a little Bible service at home. But Phyllis, the way the world is going today, Phyllis, I just want to ask a question. How important is God in your life?
God is everything. He is the mother for the motherless, the father for the fatherless. He's my provider. He's my protector. He's my psychologist. He's the beginning and the ending. It starts with him and it's going to end with him. So God is everything to me.
So, Phil, what do you think about those people that everything you said? I totally believe, but those people who that don't believe in God, how you feel about that?
For the people that don't believe in God, you as a Christian have the ability to show them what God has done for you. That's why it's important to share your trials and tribulation. What you go through is not for you. But don't get it wrong. It's to get you to the next phase that God wants you in your life. But your trials and tribulations are for people so they can see you withstand whatever the storm you're going through. And because of God, how the outcome was such a blessing.
So, Phil, I got several friends that I know that are preachers, and sometimes you feel that I don't know, Phil. Sometimes I guess you can be so holy that you don't earthly good. They want to tell you about doing the right thing, and sometimes they're not doing the right thing. What do you say to somebody like that if you really know them? Do you have a little one-on-one conversation? Hey, man, what you're doing is not right. I don't agree with that. Sometimes people feel when you disagree with them, by they say, well, I went to school for this, Lee, so I know more than you know. I disagree with that. The right thing is the right thing, right? And like I said, I know you have to read the Bible according and determine everything for yourself, but sometimes you can make mistakes, because you listen to people on TV, right? And they talk about the goodness of God and all those things, right? And they got more money than they couldn't spend in 3 lifetimes. But yet they know that people, there's poverty all around them. And they use the Bible to say, well, no, the Bible speaks that poor will always be among us. People will always be poor among us because of what people like you are, what they are doing. How do you combat that?
Sometimes people need to be blasted out, and sometimes sit back and don't do nothing. That's why your relationship that you build with God, He will give you certain strengths that He feels that you have the capability to bring the goodness out. I have always told my girls, even with talking to you, sit back and watch people. God will give you the discernment when to say something to them and when not to. Because everything doesn't need to be vocalized. Because let me tell you something. You don't have to know the Bible word for word, but if you know the difference between right and wrong, they know what they're doing. Now, whether or not you accept what they're doing doesn't mean that you have to accept it, but just because you're not being vocal doesn't mean that you're not accepting it. It's just a time and place for everything.
Now, I say that when I say that for now I don't mean like for as put somebody in front of a whole crowd. I mean like just having a one-on-one conversation with that person.
Even with that,
Yeah.
it's a time and place for everything. Because it might be a day that uh when you do say it to him, he might hear you, but doesn't necessarily mean he's listening to you. You always want people to be open minded and willing to listen versus hearing you.
Cause I know Kenny Reed before he passed away, we would have little conversations and everything, and we used to go back and forth. And Kraft, man, I agree with that. He said, Kraft, one thing I dislike Kraft is people that they want to try to pray the perfect prayer. They want to always say the right thing, just saying what they actually feel. What do you think, fellas, about that?
Well, when you get to people who claim they want to say the perfect, I don't know if they want to say the perfect prayer or not. I just think it doesn't take 20 minutes to say what you got to say. And to me, it's all about you and less about God. Because one thing I do know about the God that I serve, He know what you're going through. He know if you playing with Him. So don't think that people don't know if that prayer is really coming from the heart or not.
You know, when I say that, Phil, I remember, I can't think of this young man's name. And he's a craft man. The guy from the neighborhood became a preacher craft. And he wanted me to come to the church. He's a craft. That Sunday, one Sunday, I wasn't doing anything. I said, man, come on by and pick me up. He called me and said, come on by and pick me up. He said, Kraft. I looked at the man a totally different way, Kraft, while the guy in that car. I said, what do you mean? He said, Kraft, man, picked me up, took me by the liquor store, got him a quart of beer, drank the beer, and told me, now watch how I go and get these people to shout. He said, huh? He said, man, when he got full of liquor, we went in and started preaching the word. And he said, man, Kraft, man, the man was a good preacher. But is he being hypocritical, fellas, by going to church preaching while he was drunk?
Maybe that was the only way he can deliver the word. Let me tell you something. Even the devil knows the Bible. And see, that's why it's important for you, your family, your friends to read the Bible for themselves. Because when there's a shepherd up there, you will get a sense of discernment whether or not if he's of God. Because just because he's a preacher doesn't necessarily mean that he's called by God. There's a lot of people that call themselves.
So, Phil, how do you feel about people that are in your lives that you grew up with and y'all start going different directions and everything? How do you let them go? Or y'all not traveling the same direction?
Well, I guess I'm no nonsense because it's easy to let go. It's let go. I mean, a lot of times as you grow older, your path go different direction anyway. You have work, you have your family, you have your children activities. So your directions are probably gonna go different anyway.
But what if they're your blood, your sister, your brother? What do you do then, fellas?
You still accept your blood, but then you have to bring peace to yourself. And when you bring peace to yourself, you accept your family where they at. Because a lot of them will not be where you at with the relationship you have with God.
I know that I was talking to my brother Alan. He's an Andrew man. I said, a lot of things I've learned along the way, man. He said, blood doesn't make you family. What do you think about that?
Blood does make you family. But also, blood don't make you family. Because there's a young lady that's a friend of mine. I don't consider her a friend. I consider her a sister. But she's not a sister by blood. So it can work both ways.
Now, he said blood make you related, not family. So, what do you think?
Family and relatives are the same. You can't change that. I just say she's a friend, but she's more like a sister versus a friend.
So, Philip, let's get us people something to carry them the rest of the week about just having a conversation with people and about giving them the truth and about how to be you and not lose yourself trying to be somebody else, trying to be this fake person that's going around there trying to say the right thing to make everybody happy instead of just saying the right thing because it is the right thing to say.
Well, as I said before, everybody's relationship, everybody walk with God is different. If God give us a choice, you should give whoever you send yourself around a choice. And that's one thing I do not like about Christians, when you try to force your belief or what you feel is right and wrong upon somebody else. Because God don't even do that to us. That's why it's important for people to see the trials and tribulations you go through. Christians don't want to feel like they have no stain in their life, but they do. But as Christians, we need to let non-Christians see the walk with God, see the progress with God. Like they say, you shouldn't look like what you've been through, especially when you know God and you still standing. That's what people need to see and hear about.
That's it.
That's it.
All right, all right. I want to thank y'all for listening, tuning in to Phyllis and Lee Sunday mornings. Like I said, no matter what you're going through, we can guarantee you one thing: it's going to be okay as long as you make God a part of your life. That's the whatever guarantee. We're found on YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify. Have a blessed day, and please make time to tell God thank you.